Good evening, traders. Today's Monday, March 27th. I think it's not quite time to resume the uptrend quite just yet. What you're looking at is the 65-minute chart. And I want to call specific attention to the MACD line right here, the 65-minute MACD line negative cross from the signal line right there. See that? That basically happened towards closing bell today. Okay, so we're going to get into some details that led up to that, basically like fall towards the end, towards closing bell. Okay, now let's just kind of start from the end. This is the tweet that I sent out earlier when I said tonight watch for it to kind of maybe get into a wedge and squeeze out to the downside. Okay, 65-minute held above the signal line all day, until the final 5 minutes when it got a negative cross. That's referring to this right there. There's your negative cross right there. And what that means is it's going to retrace down. Okay, so this screenshot was taken a few moments ago. This is futures. Okay, you're going to see me tweet about this also. But, okay, here we go. I just tweeted this out. Earlier I mentioned that I'm watching that market maker keeps the 5-minute MACD under the zero line tonight. That's how it's playing out now. It's what happens when the 65-minute that you just saw a few moments ago, the MACD negative cross below the signal line at closing bell. Okay, so see this? Look at the zero line. Look at the MACD. It's pretty much under it, under it, under it. That's how market makers are manipulating, guys. I already called this out earlier in the evening. I said, watch for this. Watch market maker do this. That's exactly what they're doing. They're keeping it under the zero line, and therefore the price up here cannot reclaim the EMA 50 right here. See that? And then now you're making lower lows here compared to earlier in the evening here. Okay, see? So this is all kind of foreseen. You could see it coming because I called it out earlier. I was like, yeah, watch. I bet they're not going to let the MACD cross the zero line. They're just going to keep it under there, under there, under there. And what that's going to mean is basically Friday's move up is going to be retraced tonight. By the time we wake up in the morning, I think it's going to be in the red. The market's going to be in the red. But I still think it's going to be ultimately a higher low anyways, even if it's in the red. So this is basically a retracement. This is a retracement move the markets are doing. Okay, so here is, okay, this is the tweets, and we're starting backwards. Actually, this is towards the end of the day. Okay, right here. This was right here, the tweet, when I sent out the tweet right here, basically towards the end of the day. And it's not ready to reclaim the pink downtrend line right here. This line right here is the same line ever since February 16th. That's how far back it goes. This is the same line, guys. We were tracking that all day. Look at it. This morning, hit it twice, 3 times actually. And then towards the end of the day, hit it again. So, so there you have it. It's not ready to reclaim that pink downtrend line. And then now you have the 65-minute MACD crossing below the signal line. Okay, so yep, here we go. Here's where I called it earlier before closing bell. I said, tomorrow it's going lower. I'm scaling into puts. So yeah, I got into puts right here. That's what that I got into puts at that moment. I didn't get in it up here because I was watching. Oh, you don't have it on. You don't see it on the screen. I was watching that 65-minute MACD. I'm like, well, it's not crossed. It's not. There's no negative cross yet, so I'm not going to get puts because I have seen so many times where It looks like it is, looks like it is, looks like it is, and then it curls up. It goes the other way. Okay, so basically, um, I got puts at the end of the day, and I'm holding them because I think tomorrow's gonna be red. Okay, yeah, here we go. 10 minutes to go. I'm watching the 65-minute MACD and close to getting puts for tomorrow. Oh, this is uh, the first tweet, and then this is the second tweet. I say I'm scaling in. Okay, so okay. Oh yeah, here we go. That's what I talked about earlier at the beginning of the episode. Watching that the market maker keeps the 5-minute MACD under the zero line tonight. That's what you saw earlier on the first at the beginning of the episode. Okay, it was actually already doing it here when I sent that tweet out. Like market's pretty much like just closed or something like that. Well, maybe it's been an hour after close. So see, it was already keeping the MACD well under the zero line. See that? Look at that, and flattening out. It's not going up. It's just flattening out. Okay, so yep, there you have it. Okay, and earlier this evening, this is after the closing bell. See, that's what I'm talking about. The MACD is now at closing bell. It just started to have a negative cross. That's when I got puts. I'm like, oh, that's it. But now the separation is even more pronounced. See that? More pronounced, separated from the signal line and angling down, heading towards the zero line, and it's gonna go down to about here by the time we wake up in the morning, guys. It's gonna be down around here. Okay. So we're gonna have, in my opinion, at the very least, we're gonna have a 618 retracement. At the very least. So okay, now we're going to the beginning. At the beginning of the day. So that would have been up right here, basically opening bell. Okay. So there was a gap up right here. Here's the gap zone. This pink line is the top of the gap, and this bottom pink line is the uh, at the bottom of the gap. Okay, that's the gap right there. So that's the zone right there, the gap zone, 397.20, 397.50, and literally we are at the downtrend line right here since 216 right here. That's what I talked about earlier. So I mentioned it right there. Thursday high is 399.29. That I don't have that line. Well, it's in here. It's here. I don't have it up. 399.29. It would have been further. It's out of view. It would have been further up here. The Thursday gap, but it's right here in this tweet though. Yeah. Yep. 399.29. Okay. And then we were sandwiched in between the weekly EMA 50 at 413. That's way up there. It's out of view. And the weekly SMA 20, which would have been right down here. Okay, so we were in a very important zone, guys. It's just all kinds of stuff. Downtrend lines, weekly EMA 50, weekly SMA 20. We gapped up. So, yeah, it was kind of a tricky situation at the beginning, at opening bell. Okay. Will either take the 216 downtrend line or not. It's binary. Right here. It's either going to take it or it's not. Right? So, obviously, we know it didn't. I was wondering about that too. I was like, I'm not sure it's going to take it. So, okay. So here I am. I'm saying, well, if it can't take the 398.30 downtrend line, the pink line, then it will fill the gap. But it could pop up, but fail to back test to this line. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And that's exactly what happened. Pop up, fail the back test. Okay. Now, I didn't even like tweet that I was going to think about going short. Simply because, in general, I don't just short something just because it's maybe a traditional thing to do, or it's like, well, we've already been going up, 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 up. This has got to be the top because we've already seen like last week, you short it and it kept going up, right? So for me to short something, I need to see clear bearish divergence, um, or I need to like things that can stop me from shorting something, like this gap up. Okay, if I short it up here, I don't know if it's going to stop at the gap and then reverse back up. So to me, I look at it from just a risk reward, right? It's a risk reward thing. I don't just short it just for the sake of shorting it. I look at the obstacles that are around it, and I determine if it's potential. Like I can see it reversing there, right? If especially if this is an uptrend. Okay, so anyways, I didn't get it. I didn't even tweet that I was going to get shorts. Right there. Okay, so at this point of the tweet, it was a partially filled gap. Oh, that would have been like right here. Yeah, right here, right there, when I tweeted that. Yeah, partially filled. See, like, and then it went back up. Like, ooh, right? I was still watching though. Just because you went back up, that doesn't mean anything because I knew that that pink downtrend line was up there. I was like, I still think that's some kind of resistance. So, okay. At this point, right here, right there, right there. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna watch. I want to watch what happens because at this point, you know, yeah, here we go. Here's what I'm saying. It's likely gonna fill that gap. The question is, does it stop at the gap or reverse? Okay. Um, I know a few of you on Twitter did short it, but when you told me, he goes, I shorted it, but I'm holding my breath, which to me I interpret to mean that you know there's a potential of a reversal if you're holding your breath, right? So, um, okay, so yeah, it's just tricky because the 216 pink downtrend line, it's right there, and you got a gap right there, right? He's like, this is not an everyday garden variety trend, or not so much a trend, but just a setup, right? This is not a garden variety setup. Okay. Yeah, here's where I said, now that the gap is filled, I have an inkling this goes back up. So that would have been, oh, what, right here? Yeah, at the time, right there. So, I mean, so obviously it went down further, bottomed, then it went back up. Okay. Oh, now we're skipping to right here. Right here. And, yep, here's where I mentioned. That's actually, that's a, this, hold on a second. Actually, by the time we're tweeting, it's down here. Oh, no, 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 it's right there. You get confused where you are. 396.40. Well, that's small, too. No, this is the right spot. I know what I did. At first, I'm drawing the wedge. Where are you? Where are you? Wow. No, it is down here. It is down here. Okay, so, anyways, because this is the wedge. This is the same wedge bottom as right here. As right here. Okay. So, yeah, at the 1 week SMA 20, which is this gray line right here. See that? See that? So it comes down, found support, comes up, loses the SMA 20, comes back up at the SMA 20, hits resistance, comes down, comes back up, and takes it. So it's okay. Basically, we're at an important spot now. This is not a garden variety spot, obviously. Oops. What in the world happened there? Oh, that's interesting. don't know how that happened. Okay, so here we go. Not a garden variety spot, obviously. And okay, it was at this moment right here, which is equivalent to being right here, when it was consolidating under the SMA 20 line. Okay. Now, notice that it makes a lower low here compared to there. There's your higher low notch, guys. On the 5 minute MACD right there. Right there. That's the bottom. Okay. So now, as I was describing here, consolidation under 3 lines simultaneously. The weekly SMA, this gray line right there, the blue channel line right here, oh yeah, right here. So it's under the gray line, the blue channel line, and the SMA 20 line. This, when you have intersection like this, very important zone. Okay, so and okay, yep. Here's where it makes that lower low. When I said that's tricky, try it. Here we go. Yeah, I mentioned it. Trying to create the higher low notch. Right now, it's trying to bottom underneath the weekly SMA 20. That would have been right here. There's the weekly SMA 20. Okay. Important point now. Both the MACD and RSI are making higher lows. Right here, and here's that's going up and up and up and up and up. So they're both making higher lows. The market's trying to bottom. We need to see how this plays out. So this tweet right here is equivalent to right there. It's trying to bottom. And that's exactly what it did. Yep. Higher high from the previous point. This is bullish. Okay, so what I'm talking about is comparing this to that right there. I even drew the arrow in that tweet. You see that right there? That's going up, guys. Higher high, that's going up. Right? It's not making a lower high like when you're comparing this to that. That's a lower high, obviously. But as soon as this makes a higher high, ooh, you're going up. Okay. Okay, so yeah, in 6 minutes, the new 65-minute candle closes. Oh, this doesn't look like it's going down. If this reclaims the weekly SMA 20, then I'm scaling long. And I'm referring to right here. Yeah, right here when I sent that tweet out. Right there. Okay, yep, I'm just still watching. I'm still watching. Okay, consolidating under the 5 minute and underneath. Yeah, right here. That would have been right there. Consolidation. You see, wake up, wake up, wake up. So when it spends so much time in a zone like this, one must conclude it is important because it was right under the SMA 20, the weekly SMA 20, under the blue gray line, finding support on the 5 minute SMA 20 right here. Yeah, this is an important zone. It's important. Higher highs, scaling long. Okay, right there. Higher highs, scaling long. So here's the tweet that I sent out right there. It's making a run for it. Come on now, SPY. I know I know you want that pink downtrend line at 398. Show me something now. Okay, so I mean, we all know what happened after that. So, yeah, basically, the day was not a total shocker the way it happened. I showed you futures earlier. It's gonna be we're gonna open in the red tomorrow, but I still think it's gonna be a higher low. higher low, and then once we reconcile that, we're gonna go up. So that's kind of where we're at. I just don't think we're quite ready for an uptrend yet, obviously, right? After all that's happened last week, and today, we still can't break that downtrend line. Okay, so it's not, we're not quite there yet. That doesn't mean you can't get there, because I can point to in January, mid-January, 7 times. On the 7th time, we finally took that channel. 7 attempts. Okay, so kind of the same situation again. It's going to be just multiple touches against that pink downtrend line since February 16th. It's just going to be multiple touches. But eventually, sooner or later, it's going to take it. That's just the way it is. Okay, so please don't forget to listen to your favorite music while you're trading. Helps you get in the right flow state, right zen. Please give this video a like, share, subscribe, or click to be notified when I release something new. With that, I'm Agent 00, signing off.